Hey everybody, my name is Derek Davis and I have the privilege of being your instructor for Intro to Biblical Languages this fall. Just wanted to kind of give you a brief introduction of who I am, and then I'm going to take you through a few things. First, an apology. Second, the philosophy behind this course from my perspective. Third, I want to take you step by step through what I call the cadence of this course, the weekly pattern that you're going to experience as you engage in this course. And then finally, just some words of caution about what this course is and what it is not. Okay, so just a brief introduction. As I said, my name is Derek Davis. I am the Director of Contextualized Education and Assessment here at NTS. I came out to Kansas City from California. I'm a graduate of Point Loma Nazarene University in 2005, graduated with my Master of Arts in Theological Studies in 2008, and have been working full-time for the seminary almost since then. I served as the financial aid director from 2010 to 2013, went on a brief hiatus where I was the associate pastor out in Livermore, California at Discovery Church of the Nazarene, and then finally came back here in 2015 in my current role. Very much love Kansas City, the life that my wife Darren and I have here, and our son Locke, L-O-C-K-E, like the philosopher, who is 2 years old. Just a few little quirky things about myself. I'm a big hockey fan, very much enjoy the sport of hockey, and if you have not already determined by looking behind my head, I am a board game fanatic. What you see on this side, is just a very small portion of my collection. So if you're ever in the Kansas City area and you're interested in checking out board games, give me a call. But I digress. Welcome to the class. So for the apology, it seems that the syllabus that got used had a course calendar that was incorrect. The dates are fine, but it uses the old method of this course delivery, which was revamped last year based on feedback from students like you. We found that some of the stuff that we were doing just wasn't working the way we wanted it to, and so we made some adjustments. So you'll be seeing the new syllabus as you're watching this video. It should already be uploaded, and as I open up the different weeks of the course, you will see kind of what has changed in that. It'll be reflected in the syllabus and on the course page. So the basic philosophy of this course at its inauguration was to kind of give students the opportunity to utilize the technological advances of Logos Bible software if they didn't really intend to jump full into language studies as a part of their seminary career. And so this is really just a way to kind of get your feet wet into the nuances of Greek and Hebrew. Now, what Logos allows us to do is bypass a lot of the rote memorization things that you're used to with languages and lets you jump right into what we think is the exegetical significance of the grammar of these languages. And I hope that as we move through this course, you will see how those grammatical nuances really play into the way you interpret the biblical text, and then how you're able to glean understanding and insight and wisdom from it that you can then pass on to your classes, to your congregation, to those whom you disciple. So the basic philosophy of the course then is to give you a practical understanding of the language for use in ministry. So the two major assignments in this course are going to be some form of presentation that you give, whether it's a sermon or a Sunday school lesson or a prayer guide that you build with another person in order to pray through certain issues in the church. Whatever you can think of in your creative imagination where you might utilize some of the things you learn in this class to inform the composition of such a thing, that's what we're going to be training you to do. How can I take these words that I'm learning, this grammar that I'm learning, and make it applicable in the things that I'm doing in my church? That's the goal of the course. So hopefully we'll help you on the way to that. So that brings me to the general cadence of this course. So after you see the updated syllabus, which is where this became very important and why I need to change it, the basic cadence of the course is this. On Monday, there will be a lecture, and it will be written because we don't spend actual face-to-face time with one another. However, what I will be adding is every week you'll see a video just like this one with the lecture up in front of me and me kind of down faintly in the corner walking you through point by point, so you still get that lecture feel but in like a 15-minute snippet, so that you can hear me talk through what I think are some of the more difficult points, but then you have the reference, the textual reference, if you need to pull it up later. So then on that will lead you into the homework, which is due on Tuesdays. So Mondays, you're going to be listening and reading the lecture. Tuesdays, you're going to be completing the homework. Now, just to clarify, homework is if you finish it, you get full credit assignment. I do not grade you for correct answers on the homework. So don't buckle up and feel like you have to turn in a perfect paper. And you're going to actually be posting that in an assignment as well as in a group forum. Now, it used to be that we did this in small groups, but that doesn't work. So everyone's going to post their assignment in a general discussion forum by Tuesday at 11:55 Central Time, and then you're going to be responding to those, but we'll get to that in a second. Because Wednesday is when your lecture responses are due. Now, ideally, you'll probably want to get those in before then, but like I said, I want to create a cadence. So Monday, you're reading the lecture. Tuesday, you're turning in homework. Wednesday, you're responding to the lecture. And then Thursday, you're responding to each other's homework assignments. Okay, so that's how each of those 4 days works. And here's why. On Friday, you have a quote-unquote day off. Nothing is due. But then on Saturday, you're going to have a worksheet due. And that's where I actually grade you for correct answers. And that worksheet's going to build on the knowledge that you are practicing in the homework and listening to in the lecture. So Monday's a lecture, Tuesday's homework due, Wednesday's lecture response and discussion, Thursday homework response and discussion, Saturday worksheet due. Okay. The only thing that's ever going to break that pattern, it's going to happen 4 times. The first time is in week 3, where your first proposal is going to be due, and we'll get into that more when we get into week 3. I don't want to give you too much right up front. And then in week 7, your actual first project is going to be due, and then you'll have the same things later on in the second half of the semester with proposal 2 and project 2. First project's going to be based out of the Greek New Testament. The second project is going to be based out of the Hebrew Bible. So that's the cadence of the course as a whole. You'll have a rhythm every single week. And hopefully once we get through this first week, where I know there'll be some glitches and some confusion, after that we'll be able to kind of get on a roll with one another and proceed from there. Now, after all that, words of caution. Languages are extremely fun conceptually. Often we get this idea of, I'm going to learn Greek, I'm going to learn Hebrew, I'm going to learn to translate them. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really cool. I've seen maybe a professor that translates from the Greek New Testament. I'm always impressed with what he or she knows. And I really want to be just like that. This class is not necessarily geared to help you translate directly from a Greek New Testament. It's going to help you use Logos to get a lot of the similar information information, but you're not going to be at the end of the semester standing up in front of a congregation with the Greek New Testament, reading from it and translating from it. So I don't think any of you had that expectation, but I wanted to just throw that out there. And the reason I bring it up specifically is because of this. You may see some of the things that I discuss with you and I present to you to be hopefully very insightful, and you would hope then that by the end of the semester you'd be able to come up with the same kinds of insights. And I just want to say, though I'm trying to accelerate you down the path, I've been studying biblical languages for 16 years. And so the things that I do are a result not of just my seminary time, but spanning all the way back to my undergrad, where it all began. And so I kind of hope what you're hearing is that it's good to temper your expectations, have some realistic ideas of what you'll be able to accomplish, and feel free to push back at me if you feel like I'm asking more of you than you think I should be. Because really, when it comes down to it, I want this to be useful and attainable for you all. So never hesitate to shoot me an email saying, this is driving me insane, or this is way too easy. You need to make it harder. So I hope that you'll find generally that this is a track that you can walk down that can challenge you, but not be so far out of reach as to frustrate you. So those are all the things that I wanted to talk with you about. On Sunday night, leading into Monday morning, you'll see my first kind of discussion of the first lecture, which is going to be some basic introduction to the English grammar. You may think you know it, but I've found through teaching this class multiple years that most people don't know it as well as they think they do, and it really makes you put on the brakes when you start trying to do some stuff with Greek. So this is a necessary first couple steps before we jump into the Greek grammar. So I hope you are all at least moderately excited about this course. I know I am, and I look forward to meeting you all online and hopefully on the phone several times throughout the semester if we get a chance to talk. See you online.